everyone, it's Korean. I am back with another episode of the last week in PECO. I hope you're having a wonderful start to the week. It's almost Thanksgiving if you're in America. It's almost December if you're in the rest of the world. That means the end of the year. That means a start to 2022. And who knows what's going to happen in 2022. But enough jibber jabber. Today we are going to talk about PECO and Polygon and all the constituents that are involved inside it. So first, let us go and have a look at our Polygon ecosystem index on the tokens.com dashboard. So we are reviewing all the news, usually the latest news from the last week, from November 15th to November 22nd. Today is November 23rd when I'm recording this video. So let's have a look. Going all the way back to November 16th. PECO started off at $5.86. It went up a little bit to $6.05. It came massively down to 5.528. Went all the way back up again on Thursday, November 18th to 6.2. Went for a little dip again and we went up and down, sort of more horizontal action. And then we sort of peaked in the last week at about 6.29 or 6.31. And again, we went down a little bit and more down, and then we're back to sort of more horizontal action, which is ending on today at 11:30 GMT at $5.9. Okay. So again, hope you enjoying that. If you want to look at this yourself, you can go to the tokens.com dashboard. Lots of information there, lots of things you can see about allocations and methodology and all the other sorts of wonderful stuff you need to know if you're investing in an index token. All right, now, of course, with Polygon, right, or with PECO, we need to look at the first constituent or the largest constituent, which is MATIC. So let's have a look at some MATIC action. Now, with MATIC, so this is with Nifty Sports, the remarkable Sunil Gavaskar collection has landed, and because we're partnering with Polygon, it comes equipped with low network costs, modest carbon footprint, and plenty of Mumbai magic. So, if you're not a person, if you're a non-American person, you probably know what cricket is. Cricket is a very popular game invented by the British, and Sunil Gavaskar was a very, very, very famous Indian cricket player. And you get to see sort of the Indian symbology there, and you get to see him holding a cricket bat and wearing the usual cricket gear, and it looks like fantastic. Like, I grew up in South Africa, so for me, cricket is something I grew up playing, and this just looks amazing, something I would be very interested in. And I mean, with India has a huge crypto community. If you've listened to our other episodes of the podcast, you would know that crypto is growing in India, something about 300 million crypto users at the moment, probably more than that. So really, really cool if you're Indian, really, really cool if you're into cricket, and then you get to see it more yourself with a cricket ball animated, and then you get to see Sunil Gavaskar himself. Always first, get closer to the legend, a unique NFT community celebrating the achievements and legacy of the master. Join the first team. Mint, right there, he's over there. And again, because it's on Polygon, right, it's really, really cheap. You're not paying Ethereum gas fees. Very, very cool. I'm very cool that they partnered with Polygon. It kind of makes sense because their Polygon is, was founded by Indian people. And of course, this guy is Indian as well, so it makes total sense. And these NFTs are pretty affordable, and each one comes with its own benefits as well. Nifty Sports Dinner, a chance to win. But all of these have pretty much the same benefits. So like sort of like a private Discord channel, and then only the sort of tier level 3 and tier level 4, you have the advantage of winning something else. Collect all 4 to unlock exclusive rewards. It's sort of like a way to get involved with your community, or a way to own something really unique. If you're Indian, I can imagine lots of people would pay serious money for this stuff from India. Lots of Indian people outside of India would also pay big money for this, because this guy was a very famous Indian cricket player. When I grew up as a kid, he sort of ended his career when I started watching cricket when I was 7 or 8 years old. So very good for MATIC, very good for Nifty as well. Let's move on to the second constituent of the PECO index, which is QuickSwap. And let's have a look here. I recently found out about this, that QuickSwap allows you to participate in IDOs. IDOs are initial DEX offerings, which are very similar to ICOs, but ICOs are banned in a lot of countries, which is why a lot of people use IDOs now. So this is the official Starchi, which is a Tamagotchi-like game We can look at it just now. You can use QuickSwap to invest in it. It was already yesterday. I was looking to sort of do it on the Binance Smart Chain, but the cost was at least 1.1 BNB, and that would be a good $700, which is not something I want to risk on a game, even though, you know, everything in the metaverse is becoming more and more popular recently. So anyway, let's have a look at what this is. Starchi, a Tamagotchi inspired a story of hope reborn. Started XYZ to host IDO on Binance Smart Chain and Polygon. So if you did manage to get in, you know, why don't you send me a message on Telegram or send me an email and tell us what you felt about the IDO and how did it go? Was it easy to sort of join? And then you can see sort of what the Starchi stuff looks like. Pretty decent, I would imagine. Very much Nintendo Switch like graphics. And like it says, Tamagotchi, waking them up, eat for at least 3 hours a day, at least 15 minutes of playtime, sleep for at least 8 hours a day, and no less than 8 hours over a 72-hour period. So really would require some time, sort of blending, mixing, and matching very much in the vein of Axie Infinity. Starchis and Elements, again, a page out of Axie Infinity. Start and Elixir, things you can get, that's sort of like Axie and SLP. There's the economics about staking rewards, play to earn, ecosystem, a very decent economics. Again, nothing I say is financial advice. You should definitely do your own research. All the links we talk about today will be in the show notes for the podcast. So collected fee income, this is how to participate. I had a look at this as well. Let's have a big look over here. And you can see it's somewhat elementary, but this is sort of like you still need to do a few steps before you actually have a chance of purchasing, and there are all the tiers involved. So you'd have to have like be invested in Starter XYZ in order to actually have a chance to invest in our Starchi. So again, another cool project that's working with QuickSwap. So, I mean, QuickSwap's are launching all these IDOs on Polygon. That's great for them. Good for Starchi, especially the metaverse stuff is still really doing well. Checked my Binance account today, and you get to sort of filter things by a segment of crypto, and you get to filter by the metaverse, and you get to see all these things like Mana, like all these other projects. I'm thinking there's a lot more than just Mana, but this is the one that just first came to me. But you get to see that they're all doing really, really well. Okay. After QuickSwap, let's move on to Aavegotchi. And hey, Aavegotchi guys, I had a look at our YouTube statistics, and I know you guys watched the video, so thanks for watching. If you want me to do more about Aavegotchi, please let me know. I'd be happy to do it, and I'd love to speak to anybody in the Aavegotchi community. So the cool news about Aavegotchi is from Crypto Gaming United, or CGU. CGU has partnered with crypto collectibles game Aavegotchi. We can confirm these pixelated ghosts are verifiably rare and undeniably cute. That's very well written. So let's have a look at the actual press release. CGU partners with Aavegotchi with an investment in excess of $500,000. So that's really good. $500,000 is a lot of MATIC, a lot of Aavegotchi. And you know, with any investment into sort of, again, this is more like a metaverse game, will allow the team behind Aavegotchi to invest, to expand, to offer things that the community wants to offer, and to sort of try new territory. Because with so many games entering the metaverse at the moment, you want to be expanding, you want to be testing new things, you want to try new things to sort of bring people in. And if you guys follow us on Reddit, the Amon Tokens account, or follow me on Twitter, right, you will know that I'm a big believer in simplification, in making these things, a lot of crypto accessible, a lot of the metaverse accessible, because I've tried to get into crypto gaming and I found the steps involved were just way too many. I mean, I have a very limited amount of time to game, and spending more than 20 minutes to set up my gaming time is not worth it at all. So again, a very, very cool article. If you're into the metaverse, if you're into Aavegotchi, you should definitely be very positive about them. Have a look at this article. It's just very simply all about more funding. Another partnership is very good. And, you know, with QuickSwap, with MATIC as well, all good news, which is really, really good for our PECO token. If you want to get involved with all these projects, right, just go ahead and, you know, think about PECO and whether it's worth it for you. Because it is supposed to be the one-click idea behind investing in something. And again, not financial advice, just to do your own research. So let's move on to our next constituent, which is Adamant. Now, Adamant, I have a bunch of tabs open, more than I usually do. So we're going to go through some quick Adamant news and then talk about Crow. So SHIB Crow vaults have been deployed on Cronos chain. Cronos is another crypto chain that I literally did not hear about until I was doing research for this episode of Last Week in PECO. So SHIB and Crow, that seems pretty good, and especially if you can earn some good interest rate or APY on that. And so we're going to look at Cronos just now. So Adamant is working with Cronos. QiDao trading is live on Cronos Swap. Again, very, very cool. We're going to talk about what Cronos Swap actually is. So Adamant had a pre-sale date set with Cronos. They had 1 million wrapped Cronos. So from some other place, I would imagine. Limit per wallet, 50,000 wrapped Cronos. Pre-sale price, 200 QiDao for 1 wrapped Cronos. Again, pretty cool. So I guess they were working with Cronos, and you have all the stuff to set up your MetaMask there, how to bridge to Cronos as well. Again, very positive for Adamant. Let's look at Cronos swaps. Cronos swap there, it says right here, a premier AMM DEX on Cronos chain, traded fast speeds and low fees, powered by Crono. And last, let's look at the Cronos swap page. A growing network of DeFi apps swap, earn, and build on the leading decentralized crypto trading protocol. Developers, traders, and liquidity providers participate together in a financial marketplace that is open and accessible to all. Welcome home to DeFi. So, 52 million total supply, 1 burned to date. What does that mean? 120 million market cap. So that's actually pretty decent for Crono. 0.1902 per second. I would imagine that is CO2 emitted. Crono makes our world go round. Crono token is at the heart of the Crono swap ecosystem. Buy it, win it, farm it, spend it, stake it. Heck, you can even vote with it. That's pretty cool. Auto Crono is 12,100%. Holy mother, that is super impressive. And there's the price of 1 Crono right there, 2.256. I'm going to have to say for myself, I'm going to have a look at this because 12,100% is pretty damn impressive, I have to say myself. So, all right, very cool for Crono. Definitely something you should read more about if you're positive about Adamant, if you're interested in Adamant, and if you're interested in Crono, how these two are working together. It seems like just giving people on Adamant more vaults, more ways to invest, more ways to earn interest on their existing crypto. All right, let's talk about DFYN last. So this is actually a much longer video than what I would usually do with Last Week in PECO, but we're going to keep going. So moving on to DFYN. DFYN talks about yield farming phase 8 as the 7th phase of incentivized liquidity mining program on DFYN.network comes to an end. We are thrilled to announce the 8th phase of yield farming initiative on DFYN. So we talked about DFYN last week, and they had redone their tokenomics. So this is really, really cool that they're continuing to offer liquidity farming and ongoing farms and burning rewards. So they have dual farms at the moment, root and DFYN, equivalent value of root and DFYN tokens, earn root and DFYN 1 month, starting on the 21st, which was on Sunday, ends on 21st December, 2,500 root tokens and 12,000 DFYN tokens. Very, very cool. EMON in USD3. Again, another 1 month sort of farming opportunity for you. Another popular farm as well. You can stake LP tokens of various pairs that you can earn DFYN. So these are all the rewards per day. Very cool. Very nicely summarized on the part of DFYN. So if you are a person who's in the DFYN ecosystem, you should be very, very happy. You always want to have more opportunities to sort of make the best use of your money because, as everyone in crypto knows, not financial advice, putting your money in the bank sucks. Putting your money in the bank in Taiwan is 0.75% interest. That's ridiculous and not worth your time. Okay, let's move on to the last thing we want to talk about today, which is QiDao. QiDao today, whoa, some more late news 3 hours ago. Again, one thing I will say about QiDao, and you always hear me saying this on the Last Week in PECOs, they're always coming out with new offerings, like literally on a bi-weekly or tri-weekly basis, like 3 times a week. There's always new things you can do with Mai, new ways to earn Mai, new ways to stake and use Mai. And here they summarize it. Immediately week 29, new collaterals, new Mai farms, partnership with Just Liquidity, amount of Qi staked, 10 million Qi. That's pretty impressive. Again, more fundamentals. Really, really cool. Like I said, they're always offering new things. And if you're in the QiDao, in the Mai ecosystem, of course, you're going to be very happy because it allows you to sort of, if you're passionate about Chi and something else, you get to take the best of both worlds and take advantage of staking stuff or putting stuff and locking stuff up and earning something on that lockup. So very, very cool. And everyone, that is the last thing I want to say for last week in PECO. We might not have an interview style podcast this week. We'll probably do another news podcast. This will be general crypto news. So something to catch you guys up on Friday to say this week XYZ happened. And then you guys can sort of go into the weekend if you're like me, and the only time you have on the weekend to sort of check your portfolio, make decisions, move money around, move investments around, or have some new investments. Stay tuned in for Friday morning Eastern Standard Time and have a look out for that episode, and that can sort of inform you moving into the weekend about what you want to do. All right, everyone. Thank you to all the PECO holders, the DFI holders, the DMX holders, people who are in our Amun Telegram and Discord. I really, really appreciate you guys, even though I don't say it. And please keep an eye out for things that are happening. There's going to be a big announcement tomorrow. And chat to you guys later.